So I'm Alfonso De Leon. I'm a transfer out of junior college, and I came over here to get better. Goals were to get my legs, get them looked at, figure out my imbalances and what I need to work on, and I feel like I accomplished that. I got to figure out a regimen, got to do more stretching, taking care of my legs more, and looking to go to D1 after this spring, and then hopefully get a shot at the NFL.
So what is your position?
Kicker. Kicker.
Okay.
A punting kick. Looking at not miss any field goals. Probably average 45 yards a punt.
Yeah.
And just get my legs better so I can have a FBS leg.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yes, sir.
The goal is definitely to be more explosive, correct?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So overall, I want you to walk out and just kind of see how you feel walking.
Loose, good.
Yeah. Go through a movement. Go through your movement that we went through earlier.
For the field goal?
Yeah, but not a full out kick, but just
Yeah.
I want you to go through it.
Nice and smooth, yeah.
Feel smooth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Awesome. Just straighten it, bend and straighten. Yep. Keep going. See, does that make it? That's okay. Don't worry about it. It happens. It's part of life. Yeah, that's what we need. I had this. It's getting hard. It's difficult.
It's alright.
Flex to the top, down. What's uncomfortable with this?
Oh, no, nothing.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
different.
Flex to the top and down. Flex. Down. All the way down. All the way down. That's okay. More expensive ones so they don't break. I had to fast and squeeze at the top. The only other way is like you were active here and you were firing and then you just stopped. You just stopped working. You know, you stopped using it properly. That's possible. Is that 10? Man, like all of them are gone. Don't forget me when you make it, bro.
Can't, man. Best therapist there.
Appreciate it, man.
So when I'm trying to develop this side, so how much less, or should I not be working on the inside anymore?
What I'm saying is, you can. I'm not saying to stop. I
Yeah.
just want you to focus, be intentional about your development here.
Okay.
Just be intentional. You know,
Okay.
just like when you're going through all of these very precise, movements that are we strength and endurance movements.
Uh-huh.
That's being intentional. So when you're training for it, you're thinking, hey, this is for kicking.
This, that, yeah, okay.
I feel like a lot of athletes, let's say they're cross training.
Yeah.
And they're cross training with boxing, for instance. So they're just focusing on boxing. They're like, well, I'm a boxer.
Yeah.
No, what is it? Doesn't make any sense. You're not a boxer. How are you going to use this with basketball? How are you going to use boxing with football? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can cross train in a different sport because even weight training is still to a degree cross training. You know, because if you're doing bench press, if you're doing it for actually to compete, that's something totally different than just doing it just for muscle development. It doesn't mean it's good for your sport all the time. You know, there are people that do movements that it's not good for their sport, but they're doing it.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is you keep it balanced, and I think what's going to help you the most, like I said, is training on both sides. You know, like if you're getting therapy, even if you're like, hey, I know it's this leg, but you still get therapy on the other leg. You know, the top level athletes I know, when we talk about endurance and development in a regimen, you could do cryo once a month. Kind of let your parents know, tell your coaches, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. They may have something like it. They probably just put you in an ice bath. To be honest with you, they're not gonna pay.
With like every game day, I do the same, like how I warmed up, what I did first to warm up, the songs that I listened to.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
It's good.
But I just gotta warm up like I do for game days, like I do for practice.
I don't know if I showed you this, but you gotta get this.
What is it?
It's called it's spelled weird. It's called a Namastick. I'm gonna put it on here. I don't get paid for this. Just so everybody knows, I'm not getting paid for this. But Namastick, it's a foot roller. Okay. So I'm gonna have to. I guess I'll just show this real quick. So you're gonna go. Your feet are just flat and loose. You're going 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Toes up. This is harder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finish that to 10. You're gonna hit the side. 1, 2, all the way to 10. You can go inside the arch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 10. Then the back heel, the calcaneus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 10. All right, that's that. Then you need a stretch routine. Here's one with a slight arch. Here's 2. So what you're doing is everything's straight. It's like you're slightly leaning forward, turning out to the side. All right, and there's another one. We got all right, we got this one. So, see how your toe is?
Yeah.
And that's good. That's a good regimen right there. So we're in place of instability to gain stabilization. Okay, uncomfortable. So we're gonna do some squats. 1, 2. We're gonna do about 10. 3, 4. You just see me coming down. I'm uncomfortable. It's awkward. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The reason we have our shoes off is so we can grip. We can gain more stabilization, because once we wear our when we wear our shoes, we don't really have the infield of what's going on. So if I go from being unstable to walking around, I'm gonna have even more sensory awareness, so I'm gonna be even more stable. I would have never guessed I had this many issues with stabilization, but I do. And I run a lot. This is what we're doing. The floor to the medicine ball. Back to the floor. Kind of come over. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2,
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Pause. Woo! This is horrible. I'm like, woo. Woo. All right, here we go. It's enough of a pause. Okay, let's get them closer. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good enough. We're gonna do it again. Shoulder width apart, feet are together initially, then we're gonna spread out with our feet. All right, now we have that tension. So now we're coming back. So we're gonna go back like 10 feet. And that's just control. So you should be hitting the side of your foot. And you should be feeling it in your piriformis, your glutes, real good. So the same thing forward. This time it's a little, it's like a slight turn out. Okay, so you're going forward, but it's almost like you're kicking out to the side. So I'm gonna show this in the mirror so you can see it a little clearer, more clear. Ooh, this is burning. Ooh. If it's not burning, your bands are not tight, you don't have enough resistance on it. All right, remember I said shoulder width apart, spread your feet, have that tension there. So now your feet are shoulder width apart. Now we're rotating back, going back. So as you're going back, you see how I'm hitting the side of my foot. So it's almost like I'm kicking back to the side, back to the side, back to the side, back to the side. We're gonna go, let's say 10 back. Now we're going forward, all right? So now we're kicking to the front, to the side. And this is the reverse of everything you're doing. Remember we talked about reversing everything? So whatever you overload in, you're gonna have to reverse it because most of our motions in movement is push and not pull. And we're getting you in that reverse movement, okay? So see how I'm hitting that side? Hitting the side, hitting the side, hitting the side. Oh, it's burning. Hitting the side, hitting the side. Good, that's good work. That's good work. Here, we're just gonna be lifting. We're gonna be counterbalancing. So once we lift this leg, we're gonna have this arm up. So, and vice versa. Okay, so here we go. Woo. So, boom, 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 boom. All right, here we go. Boom, boom, try to hold it. Oh. Boom. Boom. That was good. Boom. 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 Okay, we're gonna drop the ball to see how our movement is without a ball. Okay, so we should have even more stabilization and more control because we were very awkward and uncomfortable with the ball. Good work. Good work. Extending. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it slow. You do it fast first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then slow it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slow it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. That was 1. And we're gonna lift up, just straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Point is, we're picking our spot. So this is our spot. Like 2 steps in front of the ball. So 1, 2. So 1, 2. Picking our spot, we're gonna do 3 steps in front of the ball. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. That should be right there. Boom. Boom. So right now, I just wanted to get a feel for where the ball is in that step back. So here we go. Boom. Explode off. Boom. Explode off. So here we go. We're gonna take a step forward. Full step. Okay, so when we take a step back, we should be able to get that ball back. Boom. Forward. Okay. I want a little bit tighter, so I want to take a half step back. Good. So when we step, basically I want to be able to come right off that ball to explode forward. So this is what we're doing. Step back, explode forward. Step back, explode forward. And everything you do on one side, you do on the other opposite side. So everything you do on the right side, do on the left side. So take a step back, explode forward. Take a step back, explode forward. Let's do it again. Back, forward. Now when you're stepping forward, I want you to kind of over rotate. So what I mean by that, you'll see. Here we go. Step back, forward. Step back, forward. So you're almost crossing. So when you're kicking, boom, you're crossing. So we want that same movement in kicking to be integrated there. So you don't want to be far off of it. There's no way you're keeping your body completely straight. At least you're not keeping your leg completely straight. So you're not kicking like that. You have a little cross, you know? So even in like martial arts, there's a cross. So in that extension, you want to cross over slightly. So you step back, cross. Step back, cross. Step back. So you want to get that power, boom, explode. Boom, explode. Step back, explode. So don't explode stepping back. Explode off your kickoff. Back, explode. Back, explode. So I recommend start with this exercise with shoes on the first day to just kind of get a feel for it. So you don't overload your feet, because this is a build-up. You don't just jump into this portion because there's a lot of impact going on. So you don't want to explode too hard, but get a nice little base into that. Okay, same thing opposite side. Step back, cross. Step back, explode. Step back, explode. Step back, explode. It's good stuff right there. So that's good. That's real good. That's pretty basic. I think that's enough.